Taurus, welcome into your What Do You Need to Know reading. Full disclosure, I was hoping to do your reading yesterday on January 10th. However, time got away from me. I ended up doing a series of shorts for the whole collective. I had to spend a lot of time getting that uploaded, and now I'm on TikTok, so I had to get those over on TikTok as well. And the day got away from me, and then I ended up having to do another little reading. A message came through, so I was pretty much distracted from doing your reading yesterday. And I was laying in bed, and I said to myself, why did I not get to do the reading for Taurus? Because I was kind of thinking I was going to be able to do this. And then I got a hit. Spirit's like, well, January 11th is the 11/11 portal. Scorpio will be in the moon. And I'm like, oh. Scorpio is your opposite sign on the zodiac wheel. So, as of today, is January 11th, 2026. So 2026 reduces down to 1. So that's why you have the 11/11 today. This is the portal. There's something important about this portal for you, and the fact that Scorpio is your opposite sign. You're both fixed, but you both process your, I guess, emotions and possessions in very different ways. So Taurus, you're an earth sign. You probably go to the gym. You probably grab a snack. You probably lay down on the couch, watch a good show or a movie. You may simply go for a drive and turn on some good music to process your emotions. And then you have Scorpio. Scorpio gets really, obviously deep. They experience their emotions very internally and not externally. And I think the message here is you're having trouble processing some emotions right now. You're focusing very much on the exterior. Like I said, the gym, you're working in the garden, you're going out for a walk in nature. And there is nothing wrong with that. That is actually great that you put your passion and your emotions into tangible exterior experiences. However, there is something that Spirit wants you to process internally during this time and not physically doing something. I also have a rose quartz heart, and before I came on camera, I was called to put that right there for you to see. Okay. So this is very much emotions and love. It's, roses can be romance. Some of you could be very well processing through emotions when it comes to love or something that you love to do. So let's find out what house, shall we? I think we've done enough talking. I think you get the idea of where I'm coming from. So this portal is very important to you. All right. What do we have for Taurus? What area of life is important for what they need to know? So we're looking at the 5th house. Oh, yeah. Leisure, dating, creativity, children. I'm getting a feeling it's dating. and I don't know, you're trying to process your emotions or feelings for somebody. And you've been focusing on exterior, tangible things, which I believe Spirit is saying you're not truly processing your emotions because you're putting your attention on the exterior. They want you to focus on the interior, your heart. Boom, 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 boom. They want you to listen to your heart. Could be completely wrong. Let's get more on this for Taurus, please. Death. Scorpio energy. Jealousy. Past life. Wow. All right, Taurus. So the Scorpio energy has come out in the Death card. So we can't deny that with the moon being in Scorpio, this was supposed to happen. I was pulled off track many times yesterday for a reason. Okay. So transformation. This is why Spirit's like, we need you to focus internally. We need you to not go to the gym, right? To not do something, to forget about what it is you are feeling. All right, so don't shoot the messenger. You could have some feelings that are stirring up. I don't want to say it's jealousy in a negative way. I think maybe... So let me take a step back. There is a healthy jealousy, and I don't think people talk about this enough. There's a negative energy and there's a positive jealousy. So, and maybe they do talk about it, but they don't kind of break it down like I'm about to. All right. So the healthy jealousy is such as, wow, that shirt looks fantastic on that person. I wish I had the frame for that. That type of shirt just doesn't fit, but dang, that looks great on you, right? Or, hey, my boyfriend or girlfriend, they get a lot of attention. Hey now, that's my baby. That's my baby, right? You're not mean, but you're like, that's my baby, right? You're proud of your boyfriend or girlfriend because maybe they take care of themselves. Maybe they're a social butterfly and you're like the, wallflower. And so, but you're like, that's my baby. Yep, that's my baby. And then there's the jealousy of, I hate that shirt looks so good on you. I hate that. I don't like it. I want you to take it off. You don't deserve to wear that shirt. Rather than being happy for that person. And then there's, the jealousy of, that's my... Or actually, let me take a step back. The negative jealousy would be, for the relationship, would be, I hate that everybody shows you attention. All right, so I want to put you away in a closet and I don't want anybody to touch you. I've experienced that before. I'm a Scorpio. Okay. Taurus, you are a jealous person as well. it doesn't get pointed out as much because you're the Taurus, right? They look at Scorpio as the jealous, vindictive, nasty. No, that's only unhealthy ones. When you learn to transform yourself, you become a healthy version, and you're like complimentary of the jealousy of I you know what I mean? The shirt that looks great on you. I wish I had the frame. Rock it out, guy or girl, right? And not, no, hate this, take it off. No. Past life. So there is something in the past here. Okay. Somebody or something from your past that you got a little eye on, that maybe you're starting to realize there's a little bit of heart for. And you're trying to avoid it. You're trying to get in the car, you're trying to go for a drive, you're putting music on, you're lifting weights at the gym, you're on the treadmill running as fast as you can, praying to God you don't fly off that thing because you're running too fast, right? You're just trying to get all this emotion out. And Spirit's like, no, bro, sis, you need to sit with it. All right? You need to sit with it. All right? So let's get into this. Tell me more about this, please, for Taurus. What's going on with this situation? Do we have a flipper? No. Woo! So we got the family card. I really wanted to come out in the reverse, though. Okay. Denial. Oh, focused. There's the eye. There's the eye, the watching, the little green-eyed monster. I think that's green, right? It's like a greenish blue. But that's another jealousy, right? So they call it the green-eyed monster, where it's all of a sudden your emotions and feelings get stirred up because maybe, you know, you're watching somebody that you're interested in, and I mean, Taurus, you are in complete denial over somebody you're watching. All right. With the family in reverse, you're not feeling stable right now. And Taurus is a very stable sign. Okay. Taurus, you're the bull. You move slow. You barely move. Okay. You're a very patient person and you're determined. If there's something you want, you're going to go after it. You're very loving. You work very hard. But right now you're feeling a little unstable. Okay? And that's because you're in denial about feelings that you have for somebody you're keeping an eye on. Now, a cross watcher could be on here watching as well. You can flip this as you want. All right. So if a cross watcher's coming in and you might have Taurus in your chart, right? You know, or maybe you both are Taurus. You know, I get that question a lot too. Use your discernment. You're going to know if you're keeping an eye on Taurus, if you both are Taurus. Okay. But you're not, you're watching and you're focused and you're feeling the jealousy because you're watching them. You know, there's something they're doing, or, you know, maybe you're seeing them at the gym, right? Or maybe you're seeing them on social media. Maybe their accounts are open and you're seeing pictures of them. And, you know, you're getting all stirred up inside and you're not feeling stable. So here you are focusing on the external way of processing these emotions in denial. Like, I don't see this. Ooh, let me lift these weights and I'm going to run fast and I got to run here and you're trying to take your mind off of it. And Spirit's like, no, Taurus, do what you're good at. Sit still. Sit still. Listen to your heartbeat. Listen internally. Okay? This could be happening for you right now during this portal. Okay? Because this is where the intuition is really heightened. It is spiritual balance, right? Is that, yeah, alignment, excuse me. Spiritual alignment. You're not feeling aligned, or you haven't been. Because if it was in the upright, you know, the table, all four legs, sturdy, okay? But if this table was flipped upside down, I couldn't use it, right? Legs are up in the air. It's no good. It's not stable. I can't put anything on it because it's not upright. It's not sturdy. You're a sturdy sign, but you're not feeling that way. And that's because Spirit's like, all right, you need to start thinking about what this is. So actually, no, before I continue on, I might need to switch decks too. Do I have that other deck here? I do, I think. Okay, so let me see. I think there might be one more card there. And then I might need to go to that one. Okay. Do we have anything? Oh, yeah. Something may not have ended very well with this person, with the tragedy card. All right. So like I said, I think that goes with the past. So there was something that happened in the past with this person. And you're trying not to look at it. Okay. Yeah. You pretended that you didn't have feelings for this person. Okay. And here we are. Okay. Welcome to the moon in Scorpio and the intuitive portal. Here we go. You're coming through it. Yeah. Yeah, you walked around pretending you didn't have any heart, any emotion, any feelings for this person. Wow. Taurus, you're waking up to this. I think you're feeling a little green-eyed monster now, you know. Maybe this person's starting to get a little of attention on social media, or maybe this person's, you know, talking to somebody else and you see it. You know, simply even at the gym, you know, I don't know, you use your discernment and place this how it fits. But I think we got a green-eyed monster here. The little green-eyed monster, which is not a bad jealousy, okay? It's not a hate jealousy. It's a, I got feelings for this person. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to process it. Yeah. You're trying to do that right now. Or this portal is. Ooh. So, all right. It's pretty clear, but let's why are we pretending? Why are we pretending we don't have feelings for this person? Pretend we're not paying attention to them or watching them. Three of Wands in reverse. Well, we know you're not taking action. You never took action. Ten of Swords. Because you think this is completely over? So you... Or did they hurt you in some way? Well, we know there was a tragedy. We know there was a bad ending. Is that just the issue for you? The fact that it ended badly? So you're just going to keep... All right, so we got the Four of Cups in the reverse. You have anxiety. You needed to change something. So when the Four of Cups is in the upright, this is somebody that is focusing, like I said, gym, going for a ride, busy working, making money, out in the garden, whatever. And not focusing on the divine handing a cup to this guy. And I think you knew that this is somebody you wanted, but there was just a bad ending, and it gave you anxiety about, moving towards this person. So instead of processing your feelings and trying to move towards this person, you just pretended like, oh, I don't have feelings. What are you talking about? And nothing there. Au contraire, there is. There is, and you're feeling this. And you're feeling it now. Okay. I wish I knew more about, what the tragedy was. Well, let's see. Let's go over here. Was it that bad? To where you think you wouldn't be able to come back from this terrible ending? What was this tragedy in the past? What happened? Can you give us something on this? Only you. It's just telling me this was a missed opportunity. I think, did you have these feelings all along in the past and you just never acted on it? I'm getting the feeling that you knew inside this was your person, even in the past. And you just kept escaping it. You felt they just got away from you. Like maybe you couldn't catch their attention. And you're hurt because you could never get that close. Oh. Ravenous came out in the reverse. This is the hunger for pleasure, passion. I gotta cover up part of this. This is in the reverse, but it's a lady that's naked, and you can see her, a silhouette of her. Did they reject you at some point, or you reject them when it came to the passion? Because maybe that's the only way you approached this person. And now it's like, oh man, I screwed that up. You know, they probably got tired of feeling like it was only maybe a passionate connection. And it ended, it stopped. Taurus, you are the type of person, again, it's tangible, the real world. You are very, I want to say, a touchy person. A touchy-feely. And this person's like, I need more than the touch, and you were not giving that. That's why you're transforming right now. Spirit's like, you have to learn to get into scorpionic energy, which is to feel deep for somebody. Show your deep feelings and not just touch. So it may have been two different communication styles, attachment styles that just mixed, and it ended up being a bad cocktail, you know? And now it's okay. It was a missed opportunity. You pretended that there wasn't more than just the passion. Because deep down you really felt, because you were in denial. You thought, well, no. You thought you could talk yourself into denying yourself. And as time's gone on, you realize you have to change the way you approach this person. You're worried about them getting away. That's where the jealousy's coming in, because you're realizing your heart beats for that person, not just your lower body parts. Ooh, this is a deep one for you, isn't it? Let's get a moon card, please, for Taurus. Wanting gibbous moon. Reflection, wisdom, gratitude, transition. A time for deep reflection and insight, gathering wisdom to prepare for the next phase of your journey. Yeah. They want you to gain the insight and the reflection inside, listening to your heartbeat. Okay. That's part of your next phase of transition here. Because you're already waking up to the fact that you've got a heart for this person. Yeah. Wow. All right, Taurus. On that note, I need to get out and do some tangible things myself. I got errands to run and I got to hit the gym. It's been a while for me. So I'm a Scorpio. I know how to do the internal. So I'm gonna have to get out and do you and do the external, while you, my friend, listen to your heartbeat and do the internal. Okay. All right. Happy portal. I hope this was helpful. If it resonates, drop a comment, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to you soon.